and welcome to episode 12 of Girlfriends Knitting. My name is Carolyn, also known as Caw Shirley on Plurk and Ravelry, and it is April 16th. It's a Monday. I know it's a strange recording day, but I have a crazy week this week, and so I wanted to go ahead and get a podcast out there for all of you who are members of our group or who are fans of the podcast. I appreciate your joining the Ravelry group. I appreciate you watching the podcast so much, so I want to go ahead and get that out there. Also, there was a thank you this week on Love Your Podcasters Week on the Ravelry group, and so thank you to all of you who posted sweet notes to me on the podcast Ravelry group. That was really exciting to see. Thank you, I appreciate it. Well, I am at home, so the lighting's a little bit different, the room's a little bit different, but I do have all my stuff with me today. So let's take a look at some of the knitting that's been languishing. It's all behind me, so forgive the back of my head shots. First up, I have the Hermione's Everyday Socks. I had one finished, and it is a top down with an eye of partridge heel. It's really hard to see because of this yarn. Actually, it's a modified eye of partridge heel. And I have been knitting them out of a Schaefer yarns that I hand dyed myself. And I'm calling it 80s Quidditch because it reminds me so much of those 1970s, 1980s rugby socks. And of course, Hermione, it's Hermione's Everyday Socks, the pattern. She wouldn't play Quidditch. I mean, she wouldn't play rugby, she'd play Quidditch. So, they're Quidditch socks. Second one is coming along. I have the top, I have the heel, I have the gusset. I am about half an inch from decreases for the toe. So I've made some progress. They are languishing, but they've been picked back up. I was able to do about an inch on the foot last night while I was catching up on podcast. My life has been so crazy that I have not had a chance to watch the podcast that I enjoy watching, so I've been trying to catch up on those. So that's pair of socks number 1. Pair of socks number 2, which you didn't ever see a finished sock, is Amy's purple zebra socks because of the purple and the zebra stripe look to them. This is a Patton's yarn, so it's just a good solid workhorse sock yarn, and I'm knitting them on my Knit Picks size 1.5 US. I think that's 2.5 millimeter. It says on here somewhere, but I'm not sure. I have gotten the toe done on the next one, so I am knitting them toe up with 2 circs. That's how I learned how to knit socks, and so that's just my typical method now. And so it is going to be an afterthought heel. Therefore, once I get about another 3 inches in, I guess, maybe 2 inches, I'll put in a waist yarn and then go on up through the cuff. It's a fairly short cuff, about the same amount of cuff as there is ribbing. So, but that's what she likes. So working on these. So there's some progress just since last time y'all have seen it, just not completely finished. So I'm on the second sock of both of these. The other actually languishing project is the Corrine Sweater. It's all tangled in a big knot because I just haven't ever taken it out. I'm knitting them on my Addy Turbos size 7s, I believe. And it is this really awesome rainbow colored, super soft, rustic yarn. I've got the tag. It's the Barocco Abalone. And it's 22% wool, 35% acrylic, 23% viscose. So that's the Bubbly by Barocco. And it's so soft. I really, really like it. I just been doing a bunch of other things. So that project is still in the final stages. I mean, the first stages, excuse me. I wish it was in the final stages. It's a Monday, so I'm missaying everything. Another knitting project that I have shown y'all is just begun. Not much progress since the last time y'all saw it. It is a little bitty strip. It's going to be a square. And it's made out of Jelly Beans yarns. Jelly Beans Celestial yarn. 80% merino, 20% silk in their blue marble colorway. So it's a blue lace weight with different shades of blue. And I am knitting them on my size 2 clovers, bamboo needles. Just knitting right now a big old, well not big, a 6-inch square. And then once I get the 6-inch square made, I'm going to go back with a lace border. And that's for a friend of mine who's getting married in June. And it's going to be her little bit of something blue to carry with her. And so that's another project I'm working on. What I have spent the majority of my time doing, though, I can't show you. It is one of the Afghan squares for the KnitGirll's Afghan square swap. So I'm taking pictures, and I will post the pictures and show the pictures on a future podcast once she has gotten them. And so I'm going to give her first dibs on seeing this square. And I just realized I had an FO. So pause, and I will be back with my FO. Okay, I'm back. So here is the FO. Last week I showed you I was working on a hat for Amy out of hand-spun yarn. And here it is. It is finished. And hopefully you can see that there is variation. The lighting is showing a little bit of it. But there's pops of kind of a bluish green, a real yellowy lime green. And it's the ETTA pattern by Kim Whelan. So it has a stocking knit panel, a lace panel, a stocking knit, lace, and then you decrease off. I did modify and decrease quicker than the pattern suggests, simply because I was very scared I was running out of yarn. But then because I had forgotten that I had a little mini skein left over from what, because I'm just so new that I don't have anywhere close to the same ratio on the 2 bobbins yet when I'm 2-plying. And so this is what had been left over. And I used one of the KnitGirll's tutorials on how to spin it into a ball that you can pull from the middle and the end, and then 2-ply it that way. So that's what I did. I wound it into a ball and 2-plied it. So this is from Unwind Yarn Company. Dana on Unwind Yarn Company. And I have now spun several of theirs. And this was Luckiest. It was 100% merino, 4-ounce. And now it's a hat. So it came in a big braid. So that is my first hand-spun yarn finished object. And I'm so proud of it. I really am. I'm not going to try it on for you. Sorry. So let me show you a little bit other hand-spun. This is also from Unwind Yarn Company. This was the Abalone colorway. This was actually the very first that I did on the spinning wheel. So it's not great, but I just love it anyway. It's very much an art yarn, thick and thin. Yeah, there you can see all the colors. It's just all the different colors. And again, that's also from Unwind Yarn Company. And I think it will make an awesome cowl. It's 100% merino. It's soft and squishy. I'm going to make a cowl that will go around my neck. With the art yarn, I think it'll look great being thick and thin throughout on a cowl. So I'm going to start looking for cowl patterns and make that. Then, I have finished spinning the last of my Unwind Yarn Company fiber. I got another braid similar to the Luckiest, but it was called Magma. So whereas the Luckiest is all these greens, the Magma is pinks and reds. Let me show you the bobbin, the spun bobbin first. It is so much more even. I am so proud of myself. I'm progressing dramatically from each bobbin. So here is the yarn. Can you see it on my thumb? It's probably a DK weight. And it's, ooh, there's a good shot. Pinks and reds and browns. And I'm so excited. This is going to be, for me, this is going to be fingerless gloves. Amy bought me a new knitting pattern book just out of the blue one day because she knew that I was really wanting to knit some fingerless gloves. This is what that's going to be. I haven't measured the yardage yet, so it might just be incorporated into a pattern of fingerless gloves because I may have to use some commercial yarn to add to it for yardage. But that's what it's going to be. So I set that down. But then I, as always, had a little bit left over on one of the bobbins because they weren't even. So once again, went to my favorite resource, the KnitGirlls spinning tutorials. Laura is who originally taught me to spin anyway, so I am used to listening to her, and I like the way her and Leslie both explain things. And this is way overspun, but I took what was left and I worked on Navajo plying. So for a first attempt at Navajo plying, I'm proud of it. Like I said, if I let go of it, way overspun. Super kinky. It hasn't been washed though, it hasn't been thwacked, but there you go. There's my first Navajo ply experiment. Can you tell I'm just spinning like crazy? Can y'all handle a little bit more? First of all, let me show you my baby that Hank's not getting back, whether she knows it or not. So I'm going to pull a Karen from Round the Twist and pull up my wheel. See my ladybug? Let me show you what I have on it. See that lovely blue and green fiber? Let me show you the fiber in a little bit of a better way. This is from Gnome Acres, and it is Green Lantern, 3.6 ounce, 100% merino. I guess I need to branch out from the merino, but so far that's what I'm working with. So I'm showing you the price too, but that's okay. It's an awesome price. And as you saw, this was the Green Lantern colorway. And despite the fact that the movie Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds is not the best movie in the world, sorry, he is scrumptious. So I'm just thinking of it as my Ryan Reynolds. And I wish you could have feel-o-vision. It is so soft. It is so yummy. And when you take it out, it's this big, stripey with blues and greens and grays. So I love it. I will be going back and buying more fiber from her. And what I just showed you is only half. I took the two and split it. And this is the one I'm already pre-drafted and working on. And then this is what the other half. So this is a little less than 2 ounces. Then I bought one more thing. I know, just bear with me. This is from Shetibo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Let me see. Naughty You White Zinfandel, which is a hand-dyed combed top. I don't want to mess up her cute little things. Naughty You. Okay, so the white Zinfandel, it is BFL nylon and soy silk twist. It is pink. I am in love with pink. And with the pink, which is my signature color, you got the Swiss Gruyere cheese, which is another combed top. This is BFL, so I am branching out from the merino. Oh my gosh. Look at this lusciousness. So I'm going to spin them both, separately, of course. Whether I ply them together or not, I don't know. That's sort of the intention. They came together. And so the intention is you pair the Gruyere cheese with the white Zinfandel, as of course you would anytime. But I don't know. It is super, super lush. I'm just loving it. And then in was a card from Jessica at Shetibo, Shetibo. I'll link it on the blog. But she sent me a little handwritten card, which I just think that's so sweet. And in the card was chocolate, which is long gone, and a little sample. And my pink obsessed self was just in love of beaded pink roving. Oh, I love it. Is that not awesome? I love it. So all of you who are out there knitting away, thinking, I will never spin, stick to your guns, because once you start, do you see the madness? Do you see the madness that ensues once you start spinning? Good news on the fitness side, though, is my ankles have never been thinner because I'm just treadling away. So there you go. I think that's finally it for all of the knitting and the spinning. And as far as fitness goes, I'm going to hang my head in shame because I haven't even thought about it. I haven't. I have been trying to de-stress. I have been relaxing, and since none of it other than the coffee with no sugar is a habit yet, it didn't get done. However, many of you have said water was what I need to do. So, starting in the AM, there will be 4 glasses of water a day. Now, before you tell me on all over Plurk and Ravelry that that's not enough, I'm well aware that that is not enough. I have to start somewhere. And since right now I'm starting from 0, let's just go with 4. From 4, we'll move up. So this week, and this week only, 4 glasses of water a day. Thank you for sticking with me if you stuck with me all the way through and looked at all of that spinning madness. I hope your fitness journey is going much better than mine is right now. Key lesson to be learned, it must be a habit. It must just be part of your everyday life. Because when stress happens, when busy life happens, which it does to all of us, it doesn't stick. So it's got to be an actual habit. Then, no matter how stressed or how busy, you do it anyway. So that's my goal. Water, make it a habit. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.